Hey everybody, Corny Gaming here with another in the series, and so today, as you've read the title, I thought I would make a video explaining my statement and thoughts on the matter of the shutdown of a Nintendo Wii fan project that was shut down by the community, which was a Wii Shop Channel revival known as the Wii Shop Channel. And if none of you know, I was actually a beta tester for the sake of this project, and I had a lot of fun working with Dakota and many others. And so, since it's gone, I thought I'd talk about my feelings about what has happened and my thoughts about what's going to happen in the future with these Wii Shop Channel revivals. So let's get into it. I'm going to break this video into many segments. Is the Wii Shop Channel considered dangerous? This is a question that I can surely answer, and that is a simple no. It is not dangerous, and it never was supposed to be dangerous, never was considered dangerous, never was supposed to be dangerous. And so you might ask, why is it not considered dangerous? So I can explain. So the first time, if you were to install this channel when the services were still being made in the public beta, there was a barcode area where you had to put in your Wii's serial number, so this could be registered into the database for the Wii Shop Channel. And so the owner, the creator of this project, Dakota, came up with the idea of adding a ban system for, say, if someone were to break the rules in the Discord server or something, they could get banned and have no access to accessing the Wii Shop Channel. And so that was the initial idea. While I did not really agree with this idea, I thought it was very, very shady in a sort of way, but if it was a banning system that would keep out bad people, then it was just, I didn't want to go against the creator's wishes. If it's what the creator wanted to do, he or she wanted to do that. And you might ask, what do they do with all this information? From my understanding, this information was used to tell if whether someone is online on the Wii Shop Channel or offline. And so this serial number, along with the IP address of your internet connection from the Wii console, your serial number and whatnot, all that information in order to show that you're online in the database, was kept in an HTML file through GitHub by one of the main three for the project, which was Larson, which I will explain in the next segment, which is coming up in a few minutes. But what I can say is that, from my understanding and from the people who actually weren't misunderstood and actually understood this project, the Wii Shop Channel is not dangerous, and it never was meant to be dangerous. Moving on. Who is Larson V? Why is he the most controversial person in this controversy? Larson, formerly known as Larson V on Discord and YouTube, is the man who was behind the fan-made Wii service that revived numerous channels, which is called Reconnect 24, which is once again a fan project that utilized the revival of the Wii Connect 24 service, which was a service that lets you message your friends, use numerous channels like the Nintendo channel, Everybody Votes, and Check Me Out channel. And so not long ago, he got into some controversy in his server after he did some very shady and very questionable actions of behavior in his server, to where people who tried to speak out of his disgusting behavior, he threatened them, saying he'll ban them and essentially blackmailed them in the process if they ever tried to speak out about it. As of right now, he no longer is he still is the creator of Reconnect 24. He no longer is the owner of that service anymore, as he ran off after a lot of people got very mad with him, and he eventually fled Reconnect 24. And so after he fled a few months later, he joined Dakota in the creation of the Wii Shop Channel. And so from there, it just got worse. Consoles' private information, ranging from people's IP addresses and serial numbers from their Wii consoles and internet connections, would get leaked through a Discord call from the people working on the project that leaked to the general chats. Not only that would occur, but Larson's disgusting behavior would continue to rage on going into the project for this revival, as it would be shown that he would go on and say racial slurs, but eventually would delete the messages, hence why the server was put on lockdown for a little bit. Not only from Larson's disgusting behavior, but from numerous false spreads of misinformation after people's IP addresses and serial numbers got leaked. People misinterpreted it as if people are getting doxxed. But to be honest, even though the idea of a banning system for this Wii Shop revival project sounds like a little too much for the sake of just a revival project, I do agree that the idea of having people send in their serial numbers and having it be saved in the system sounds really, really terrible. And to be honest, it does sound like doxing, but it's not being used to go against people, as it didn't. Later on, more and more people would get mad, and then eventually more people who were misinformed from other Wii modding servers would join the server, and eventually it would lead to the server being put on lockdown. And then eventually the server got deleted and the project was terminated. Along with Larson, he eventually would later on go and make his own YouTube video, which I will send a link in the description of this video if you want to go see it. Why were so many people and servers against this project? This is the question I'm sure everyone's been waiting for, and so now I can perfectly say I can answer it. On the outside, it was seen as a great way to revive the Wii Shop channel, and not only that, but this project gained a lot of recognition throughout the internet. There were pages being made about it, and so people were excited about it. But on the inside, piracy. Now, I just want to let it be known out there that I am both against piracy and I condone piracy. I'm neutral with people who pirate video games, specifically when it comes to Nintendo Wii stuff. It's both seen as ethical and unethical to pirate Nintendo Wii games, but people have the reasons, and people have the reasons why you shouldn't do it, and people have reasons why they should do it. There is a very simple explanation for why people tend to pirate Nintendo Wii games and whatnot, and it's one simple word, and that is availability. So here's an example. I say that I want a copy of Dr. Mario Online RX, which was a digital game off the Wii Shop channel, yet Nintendo is not providing a way for me to be able to purchase this game, let alone be able to even play this game, considering there's no possible way I can get this game through them. And so I really do not blame people. I do not blame anyone. I do not scrutinize anyone. I do not hate on anyone when people consider to pirate it, because people have their reasons. If a video game company is not willing to provide a way for the consumer to purchase a game, and they have no other consoles, nothing to be able to play that game on, then I don't see the problem when people pirate them. They could want it to emulate it, they could want it to have it. Hell, I'm guilty of this myself. Look at most of the videos I've made about the Punch-Out series and Wii Fit Plus. They're all literally games that sit off a loader on my Wii's SD card memory, so I can casually play them without having to pay such excruciating prices for video games. And because Nintendo is not providing a way for me to be able to play those games on any of their current consoles. Now, here's where it plays a very vital role when it came to the controversy of the Wii Shop Channel project. When this misinformation from other servers spread like rapid fire about how it's nothing more but a bunch of piracy, while yes, it is piracy, but here's the thing. That is such a very hypocritical thing to say. Now, I'm not a genie or anything. I'm not saying that 100% of all the people who own a Nintendo Wii that's modded or not, well, no, it has to be modded. I'm not saying that 100% of all the people who own modded Wii consoles have games that are pirated sitting on their loaders, on their SD cards or USB drives and whatnot. But it is super hypocritical when those same people, 9 times out of 10, will most likely have some sort of pirated Nintendo Wii game stuff that is sitting on their computers or their consoles or SD cards or whatnot. It's one thing to call out someone's fan project, but it's a completely different thing when 9 times out of 10, your usual person with a modded Wii console would most likely own something that has pirated material, has a loader that lets them load ROMs and whatnot off an SD card. Now, once again, I'm not saying that 100% of all the Wii modding community owns something that is pirated or owns ROMs on their consoles and or emulates them. But at the end of the day, yes, people pirate video games. Pirating video games has its goods and its bads. It can be seen as ethical or non-ethical, depending on how you view it. Now that I am reaching the end of this video, I think it's now time I reach something very important that I see. What could have been done better? Well, this is a section of the video that I was thinking on removing from the final piece, and so I didn't, because I believe I should talk about my thoughts on what could have been executed better. Number 1, this entire project should have been in a private beta instead of a public beta. While public betas do exist for video game testing or for what fans think of it, in this case, these are some of the cases where it does not work out. And after everything that happened, after the numerous amounts of people joining that server and continuously harassing Dakota and many of the other members a part of the project, that proves and is a perfect explanation and an example of what not to do when you are working on a project. Number 2, Larson should have not been included with this project. Yes, I know that sounds very, very rude and it sounds mean-spirited, but after his controversy and after the numerous amounts of blackmailing he pulled on members of the Reconnect 24 Discord server as a way for them to not speak out on his actions, and since all of this happened a few months later, is shocking. And I am surprised that no one, the first time they saw him, pulled an eyebrow, noticing why is he part of the dev team, considering he just stepped down as the creator owner of Reconnect 24, and considering he blackmailed a few people into not letting them speak out due to his actions is ridiculous and is a bad take on Larson's part. Now I am here to explain my third and final reason on what could have been done better. And if you have really stuck around for these last 14 minutes hearing my low, monotone, low-pitched voice, then it shows that you really do care about the Wii modding community and you have serious care about reviving serious projects and making the Wii awesome again, like its former glory. And so my third and final reason for what could have been done better is that there should not have been a banning system. I feel like this one is pretty self-explanatory, as this feature was not even a thing Nintendo implemented in the original Wii Shop Channel. There was never a banning system, and I believe that the addition of a banning system in this fan-made project was really, really pointless, in that it's not going to serve as a purpose other than just to ban somebody. And the thing about it is that what exactly do you have to do in order for you to be banned from accessing the Wii Shop channel? And so now that I have that out of the way, I have one final thing before I wrap up this video. And that is to let this video serve as a purpose on what not to do as a community to take something down. You may not be proud with what someone is making as a project. You may not be proud with who is working on it. The people that are working on it may be controversial. But it is not worth spreading misinformation to ruin the entire project and to take it and turn it around into something completely different, and something that didn't even get a chance to relive the memories that people expected from this project. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm genuinely glad you stuck around to the end and hearing 16 minutes worth of my monotone, lazy, low quality, low pitch voice over and over about my feelings about something that went down that I don't like. And so I thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.